How are you, may proceed?
Okay, copy. I've got some visitors with me looking for some action. Confirm your copy.
Affirmative, Moscow 1, loud and clear.
We're on night patrol with private security in South Africa. The country's crime rate is one of the highest globally, with rampant inequality, unemployment and poverty often being cited as the culprits behind the numbers.
It all depends on the day. Sometimes you have a graveyard shift. Some nights you get up to about 50 call-outs. The criminals don't even fight for the police anymore, and they don't hesitate to use the firearm.
We're in the port city of Durban. It's the third biggest city in the country and also one of the most dangerous. An understaffed and overstretched national police force means there's an increasing public reliance on private security to keep people safe. For context, employment statistics from 2021 shows there's effectively almost 4 security guards for every police officer in South Africa.
You get to be the eyes and ears for the police. So where they can't be, we are there to assist them.
But people seem to trust private security more than they do the police.
It's not a trust issue, more the response time.
As our patrol continues, a panic alert has been sent through by a fellow security guard.
Put your hand in the back, put your hand in the back.
So what happened here?
This guy was driving a white Audi, so he stopped the car and he wanted to assault the guard.
He wanted to assault the guard.
Yeah, I really don't know why, but he wanted to assault the guard. And the guard retaliated.
Is that why he's got a bit of blood on him?
Yeah, he's totally intoxicated,
So he's drunk.
completely drunk. I don't even know if he knows what happened to him.
While the night appears to have been a quiet one so far, things can get incredibly dangerous for our local security teams.
Once myself and my crew, when we were chasing a hijacked vehicle on the N2, managed to cover the vehicle. We shot 2 suspects dead. So that was exciting. Some of us are cut up for the job and some of us are not.
On patrols, we expect the unexpected. Anything can happen. With a job like this, you cannot afford to feel any anxiousness. Some situations are very ugly, and it's not like you want to go out there and use force on somebody or be aggressive, no. But it's a part of our job.
In the city centre, we meet with Nazreen Ally, who runs her own small security company. Tonight, she's patrolling with a few industry colleagues.
How are you? You right?
She's conducting a site visit at one of the buildings her company is assigned to.
Long time.
Hey, long time. I came to party all again.
Why again?
You're keeping the peace here. Where's that stuff?
It's not telling us.
He's keeping his stuff. I'm okay, ma'am. How are you?
Her immediate tough bravado is undeniable, but I was more drawn to the layers beneath who this woman appears to be. Does having a gun at home or when you're out on a job, does it make you feel safe?
You don't know if you're coming out alive.
What led to her decision to embrace this life of guns and danger?
Hi, ma'am.
Was it coming from a healthy place to protect and serve? Was it for the thrill? Or was there something far more complex lurking beneath it all?
It's not a matter of what we expect. In our line of duty, it's expect the unexpected.
While Durban might have its crime issues, the city's beaches and promenades provide a beautiful contrast. The city is also host to the largest concentrated Indian population outside of India, something that took me by surprise. My name is Ninka Mbaye. I'm a journalist who has seen and experienced firsthand how traumatic experiences can often lead to deeply complex behaviours. How often have people we loved found themselves in complicated moral situations and made bad decisions? Does that make them bad people? So often, we keep parts of ourselves hidden because of what society might say or how we'd be perceived or judged. But what if we opened up and shared it all? Would we see more of ourselves in others? I wanted to take a journey through documentary film to speak to individuals frequently put on the edge of society to understand them better. For me, Nazreen Ally, a former professional bodybuilder turned security officer and bodyguard, seemed like the perfect fit. I feel, from my impression of you, is that you're quite like military in the sense that everything.
Everybody says that.
And
Even my
like-
ex-husband said you're so German.
Well, that's it. Like, I'm coming in here and it's like spotless, and I'm like, whoa.
There's no such thing as a perfect life. God teaches you. He puts obstacles in your way. An obstacle, people say to me, Nas, but you know what? Oh my God, your story, you were raped and at that age. And I said, you know what? I've come to a point where I realize obstacles are there to strengthen you. That's when I say mental. The mental aspect comes in, your willpower, your strength, and perseverance. Yeah.
What doesn't kill you makes
So-
you stronger.
Absolutely. So obstacles will always be there.
Right off the bat, Nazreen Ally is incredibly open and honest, having no issue sharing her past trauma of being raped at the age of 13. Do you feel as though sometimes, because when you've had such a complicated life, your mental is always like, you have to push through, you have to push through, you have to push through. Do you have your phone there?
Yeah. Can I take this?
Yeah.
Hello.
It's quite clear early on that Nazreen's life changes at the drop of a hat. We're off to do some site inspections for Naz's security company.
The mindset 2 years ago of me just focusing on my business. I just want to go on with that mindset of just,
But you do look a little bit sad right now.
because I miss my daughter.
Okay.
I miss my daughter. I miss her so much, and that's my main-
Nazreen's daughter moved to Yemen several years ago as part of a religious pilgrimage.
That's my main reason for getting my company up and going, so I can make some money and go and see her. I've got 2 grandbabies as well that I haven't seen.
kids.
Yeah, I haven't seen, and this is a very emotional time for me. Okay, let me drive while we talk.
Yeah, for sure. A quick reflective moment before it's back to business.
Talk to me, my brother. Talk to me.
We need to meet. I've got some job for you. They will hit me to the link. We need to sort it out.
A hit? For who?
Yeah, what's your location?
Who do you want to hit?
Okay, let me contact you right now.
Okay, tell me where we're going to meet because I'm heading to town now. Then you can give me the rundown.
No problem.
Okay, thanks. There's a hit on somebody.
What kind of hit?
They want to kill somebody, so we need to maybe give him protection, you understand? So he's calling me now. Maybe I need to put a bodyguard.
By you going
out.
there, are you putting your life at risk?
Going where?
When you go and like protect someone like the guy that's your
You're sitting in a car, right?
Yeah,
Is your life not at risk while we're driving?
I guess.
Everything's
yeah.
at risk.
But there's a slight difference.
Everything? No, there's no difference.
There is a slight difference. So there's a shooting situation.
No,
or
no.
there's-
Life is a risk. My philosophy in life is you're going to go anyway. However it's meant to happen, it's going to happen. You could be a journalist, right? God forbid, you're on a story, something happens. Me, I'm in security field. I was destined to be here. If I'm destined to go this way, it's going to happen. And also I look at if it's dignified.
What do you mean by dignified?
I won't protect a rapist or a murderer.
Okay.
Do you understand?
We arrive for a meeting with Ashby. We've changed his name to protect his identity.
Here on the road. Is he fighting? No, he's trying to jack him up because these paras, they do a lot of shit here. They do a lot of shit.
Wait. I've got another brother you covered there.
Did he give you permission to car guard here?
Yeah.
Oscar?
Yeah.
Where's Oscar?
I'm going for free.
And then what you doing? You're not worrying the people.
I'm not swearing anyone now. I'm talking to God.
Okay, right. So listen here. Give him the permission to guard here. right? The car guards, the cars, give him the permission to go ahead. But don't worry the customer. And make sure that nobody is going to touch the cars, eh? Because there's a lot of cars going missing from here. Okay, I'm holding you responsible because Oscar and I, we've got a good understanding. Oscar washes the cars properly here. Do you understand? And watch who's coming out of the car and who's going back to the same car. Do you understand? Any problems, just report to him. Right?
After the confrontation, we finally get to our meeting with Ashby.
Hey, I'm good. How are you? I'm Ninka.
For security reasons, the details of the potential hit and the customers involved can't be shared for various safety reasons.
But you have to know we've got too many challenges in terms of the business. We've got a guy who's got a shop. And the next person also wants to open the same shop.
Lots of jealousy, business people. There's a lot of security killings, a lot of bodyguards being killed. Businessmen killed, abductions, all of that.
And you've understood what happened last week?
Yeah. Do you know what happened on that situation? Stamford Hill. So the bouncers outside the club were shot, right? So after the shooting, Irvin contacted me, right? He says, hey Cinderella, what happened at the club? I said to Irvin, why are you asking me what happened? He says, no, because the guy said to me, the guy phoned me and said, you were involved, you were there. And I said, Irvin, who called you? Who called you to tell you that I was there and I was there at the shooting? Because to make an allegation like that, it's not good. Because tomorrow, somebody can set me up and say, hey, Naz was involved in this killing.
True.
You understand? And we are bodyguards. We protect people.
The meeting revealed to me that while the private security business is physically dangerous, the biggest threat can sometimes come from within.
It's my name on it.
While one bit of business has been handled, another issue needs our attention. So what's the situation here with...
Chapulo. He is now drunk and doing his own shit, man. I run a firm business. I run a strict business. There's no such thing. Nothing comes past my eyes. I'm shouting at you in front of people, but can I tell you something what you did? You were drunk on duty and bringing my company name down. I told you when you came here, what do I want from you? Discipline. Is that how you do discipline here? Professionalism. Is that how you professional here by drinking on duty? Come drunk on duty here in this building. I'm giving you one last year. I'm supposed to dismiss you from this shit.
As Nazreen lays down the law, I start to wonder what it must be like for a woman to be in her position. It's quite interesting seeing you talking to these men and throwing so much power around. Do you feel like you have to do it even more because you're a woman?
Not quite. I feel I'm doing it as a CEO of my company who needs to uphold my gold standard service delivery that I, so much am working hard towards. Thank you so much. There we go.
It's breakfast time at Naz's, and I wanted to get a bit more personal to understand her better. You were talking about your mum was in Cape Town, she got pregnant with you.
And then she had me and disappeared back to Durban, back to her family. Her husband is out of prison and she had to come back home. So she left me.
So she had 3 or 4 kids, she had a husband who went to prison. And then she had you out of wedlock. That's when she went to Cape Town.
She went to Cape Town when he went to prison.
Okay. So when she left you, who did she leave you with?
It was my dad. I call him my dad, but I really don't know because my biological mom had said to me that that's not my dad. The thing is, I don't want to put my so-called father through something where I have to ask him to do a paternity test. Because I know it would kill him, because he's done so much for me. I owe him my life.
As we continue talking about Naz's upbringing, it's clear that she's experienced a lot of trauma. She recounts several instances of sexual abuse, but one particular incident at the age of 13 sticks out.
The first time it happened, I remember him stopping the car. The door flew open, and all I saw was a gun. And he said, jump in. And then I knew. At that time, a gun is like, now, today, I play with guns, And he says to me, you don't like greeting me. Why don't you greet me when I greet you? The next minute we were at a place, which I now know is his house. And he opened the door. Before opening the door, he said to me, "Don't scream. If you scream," he says, "I'm going to kill you." And that's where he made me take off my clothes. I was crying and I could have been loud, and he slapped me, I remember. And he said, "What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you not to scream? Didn't I tell you not to make any noise?" And the next minute in the door behind him was a guy, his friend, that he always moved around with. As he was busy on me, he was saying to me, "Tell me I got the biggest dick. Tell me you love me. Tell me I've got a big dick. Tell me, say it." It's like I almost didn't feel what he was doing to me. Like I couldn't feel anything. And yeah, and he made me walk home. I was scared. The only thing I was scared about, I think most, was, oh my God, it's late. And what is my granddad going to do to me because it's late? That's what went through my mind while I was walking home.
According to Naz, the perpetrator was a police officer and the incident was one of three.
And a few months ago, he actually contacted me and he apologized to me, and it was only then I learned that he was sick because he said that he loved me. He said that he was in love with me back then. It's actually a joke to me.
Have you felt like it was difficult to develop relationships with men?
No, actually, after the raid, I became very promiscuous. Very, very, very promiscuous. And it was like an unknowing thing. It was just happening. It was just like an automatic, reaction.
Do you think it's because someone had taken your body without permission and therefore you were just giving your body without...
Giving my body?
Without your own permission? No, not...
Sorry, no, I know what you're saying. Like...
When you were promiscuous, I mean.
No, it was me wanting to be in control. It would give me some kind of power.
Power, yeah.
You understand? To take back...
That power.
Yes.
While Nazreen got a medical check after the incident, she believes her culture and the times didn't allow her a safe space to speak about it when it happened. But things have changed for her since.
I don't like calling a survivor a victim.
Why not?
We make ourselves victims. When the situation happens, it's up to you how you're going to deal with it. You have a choice to talk about it. You have a choice to get past those feelings of feeling embarrassed. He violated you. He used your body to please himself. But he hasn't taken anything away from you. Not your purpose, not what you're meant to be, not who you are, not your ability, and mostly not your willpower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems that Nazreen may have made peace for her emotional scars, but it's clear that her traumatic youth had its consequences.
I was arrested here. That's where, when I had hijacked that Chev, the cops, they got me right here. And I was so young. They took me out the car, hands behind the back, movie style. I was movie style.
So for how many years did you go down that hill then?
Between the ages of 13 and 16. It was 3 years, but a lot happened.
What made you leave that life behind?
I think meeting my ex-husband. When I met my ex-husband, it was, oh my God, now I'm going to have a home and a family, and this man's going to take me, away from this life.
And I guess that the fact that he was a policeman made you feel protected, right?
Yeah.
We enter a place called Phoenix, an Indian township established by the apartheid government in the 1970s. According to Nazreen, a high unemployment rate and a lack of service delivery has led to the area deteriorating.
Phoenix has changed too much. Do you know how neat and clean this place would be?
We've come to Nazreen's childhood home to speak to the man who took her in as a toddler to get another perspective of her youth.
She should be chased with the police a lot of times because of a motorbike. She had a motorbike also of her own.
Stolen bike.
So she used to ride along, so they see her, no helmet, no license on the bike.
Must have been difficult for you when her mum left her.
Don't know. The child I had to keep with me. The aunties was telling her, give the child away. I said, no, I can't give it to them. A lot of time gangsters used to come.
They wanted gangs to you because they wanted you to...
They didn't want...
They didn't want it to be nearby because her mother was married before. So that husband was in jail. So he was a bad, kind of a gangster, bad guy. So they used to come with a gang for me.
Nazreen's father returned to Durban after hearing the news that she had been placed into a psychiatric facility.
Oh, hey, it was a bad place, man. Because that place, they don't make you normal there. I don't know why they went for put her there.
Because I didn't tell you anything at that time. I couldn't tell Ma and Papa that I was raped.
Oh,
How can I tell them that I was raped
that
at
was
that
a
time?
cause of it.
Yeah, and I wasn't
Nobody told
eating,
me.
I wasn't... So I was sitting in the room.
It was nothing.
When did you find out about it?
I don't know. She's the one who just told me.
Oh, you didn't know?
Yeah. I didn't know.
Oh, you mean you didn't know all the years?
Just came to know now.
It was clear from our interaction that there is still healing being done by Naz and her family.
He didn't know anything about me. Nobody knew anything. This is a school.
So this is where you...
This is where I schooled. This is where he came to. This is where this guy would come for me. Hey, man. Shit. Stop. I'm sorry, guys.
Our journey down Naz's past is suddenly interrupted by someone.
Do you know how intelligent this man was?
Yeah,
Metric exemption for distinctions, maths, physics, bio, and computers.
Exactly.
I got an A aggregate grade 12.
Exactly. And sportsman, he was... How we used to run, brah. How we were nailing it, brah. We were nailing it. We brought him the colors.
When I became a Sasa athlete, and the guy looked at me like this, South African colors, they reckon.
Yeah, he
"You're
had
a
the South
Sasa
African
athlete."
colors.
I said, yeah. I ran the 400 meters in 50.23 seconds.
So you didn't make it professional? You didn't
Tell him what happened to you.
I took a .38 caliber bullet, followed the line.
What?
Right across.
Yeah. He took a
And then I
bullet.
could see with both my eyes. Now I can only see with my right eye. I can't see with my left. This is why.
As Naz and Naheem catch up, we get an idea of what life in Phoenix is like for some.
And why were you shot?
Self-inflicted gunshot wound. I shot myself. I shot my wife as well.
Yeah. Shot you.
I shot my wife as well. I come home from work and I saw my wife in bed with my cousin brother. And I tell you, I broke. I snapped. I worked like a dog to make sure my wife don't break up a sweat. I told her, don't have to do the housework. I do it. I told her, don't cook. I'll do it.
So, did your wife survive?
My wife hit the floor dead. I shot her 3 times on her chest. I was going to say sternum. 3 times on her chest. My wife hit the floor dead. I dropped on my knees. I took the wedding ring out of her finger and I put it over my finger. From 2004 to now, I've not touched a woman and I'm proud. I'm proud. I don't need a female. I don't need a female. For what? The 5-10 minutes of pleasure comes with a load. Comes with a load. Because when I told my wife, I love you, I meant it. Even my small son asked me, you never married after your wife. No. I fell in love once. Not twice.
Do you miss her still?
I'll always love her. And let anybody tell her I'll call my wife an insulting word. That guy must prefer to lose a couple of teeth. Because I still love my wife. I will always love her.
Do you regret it?
I do. I wish I never bought a fire.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I declare the range hot. You'd like to learn how to shoot? Yeah. Okay, cool. That's fine. I know once you learn how to shoot, you're going to buy your firearm. I'm telling you this. You're going to love it because it's so, the world is so stressful out there and shooting just, shooting and sport shooting and coming to the range and
practicing target practice, it's the most relaxing thing ever.
With Durban being gang-related wars, you don't know where there's going to be a shootout. You don't know where there's a drive-by. You don't know when an intruder is going to break into your home while you're even sitting watching TV or having dinner. You understand? You don't know. So security contingency plans for a home as a family, very important.
All in one. All in one.
It's clear to see that Nazreen is back in her element as she leads a training session at a local shooting range.
Hollow points.
That's the one thing I hate about it.
Deadly shots. Remember, we are strong individuals. We give birth to babies. We bring the men into the world. While the men go to bed after work and all of that, we're still up, we're still carrying on, we're still pushing. It's energy we're using, mental and physical energy. So don't tell me that you can't do this. Leave all the pretty gadgets. High up on the beaver tail. That's it, girl. Perfect. Stand by. Fire. Good stuff. You're doing great.
As the training session continues, I start to wonder, after all that's happened to her, is her gun simply there to protect her? Or does she have it as a means to reclaim some sense of control in her life that she lost along the way?
Practice makes perfect.
This is where we're going into. It is beautiful. You're going to love it.
Having expressed her connection to spirituality, I've decided to join Nazreen on her prayer day.
This is Fatima. Hi, nice to meet you. Always helping me with my dresses and my gear whenever I need.
She's the secret behind
Yes, she's the secret behind my dresses. I've never worn this color, but
It's a lovely grape color that you have. It's a two-piece actually, and we thought it would look very stunning on her. The color will actually go well with her skin tone. Then we've given a different choice of scarf, but I've actually thought that this one, and I think Naz agrees with me that this one actually
I like
goes
that.
well. So this will be the hijab.
Don't you think so? And that's actually something that I would love as well, because I never knew how to drape a scarf. I always looked at all my Muslim sisters and always wanted to, I'm good with the firearm, I'm good on the field, I'm good at bodybuilding, I'm good at all these things. Draping a scarf.
It's harder than all of them.
Oh my word, draping a scarf is so for me, it's an artistic thing and you gotta have skills to do it.
Let me know if I'm poking you. I wouldn't want to get a punch from you.
Wow, I can't believe I look like this. Seriously, it's something I pray to be in, inshallah one day. Yeah. Inshallah. I think a nice husband besides me as well who's going to lead me Islamically. And then I'll no longer be in the bodyguarding field and tactical field. I'm joking. I'll just be delegating in my hijab, sitting in my office delegating in my hijab to all my people.
Why not? Why not?
Most beautiful, peaceful thing. It's whenever you're stressed, or whenever you don't have answers, or whenever you just need to shut down from the world, whenever you just need to self-reflect, there's nothing more beautiful than going and just cleansing up and praying.
that we haven't really gotten the chance to speak about, and it's a big part of your story. Your mum, your biological mother.
I used to see her going across the road, but I didn't know who she was. I would just see this very beautiful woman just stopping by across the road who I thought was our family friend. And my foster mom said to me, "There's somebody that wants to meet you." And the door opened. It was the lady from across the road. And my foster mom said to me, this is your mother. Just like that. This is your mother. And then she went on to say, but you can't come to her, you can't approach her, wherever you see her, I should act like I don't know her, because her husband would kill me and would kill her. I would stand there at the side of the flat, where I grew up, and I would just look at her and wonder what it feels like to be her, with her, and one of her kids with her. She seemed so fun. The kids seemed so happy. And I wished I were one of them.
Ongoing threats by gangs to stay away from her mum meant that she rarely saw her again before her mother passed away.
What did you feel when you found out that she died? What was going through your mind?
All I wanted to do was just see her face before she was buried for one last time.
Did you not get scared that that the threats would be made on your life if you went to the funeral?
I wasn't scared of anything. I wasn't scared.
As I was approaching the end of my time with Nazreen and she prepares for another night patrol on the streets, I take a moment to reflect. Looking around the bare clinical nature of her home, no photographs, paintings, barely any decorations, I ask myself, is this simply for practicality or is this a sign of something more? Having peeled back the layers that Nazreen has allowed me to see, I find a deeply conflicted woman. In one sense, she's an incredibly dedicated person trying to build a life for herself to help heal from all aspects of her childhood. In another, Naz appears to still be deeply affected by the trauma she's experienced as they shape every corner of her life. A life of guns after being raped at gunpoint, a marriage to a policeman after being raped by a police officer, and working in a job that constantly risks her life being taken away from her. A continuous journey, it seems, to find answers in the very same places that brought about the hurt.